Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm your host with a beard, and today on this very rainy and wet day, I'm reviewing the all-new 2023 Honda Civic. So without further ado, let's jump right into the review. Check it out. Here we have it, ladies and gentlemen, the all-new 2023 Honda Civic. It's a completely redesigned car, so it looks very different from the outgoing model. Look at these beautiful headlights with the daytime running lights right there. And as standard, you do have LED headlights. You have the blinker extending from or on the entire width of the headlight, which gives it a more muscular look, a bit more aggressive as well. Here we can see the grille, which is kind of open, very open. So I'd be concerned if rocks and stuff would fly in there and damage the radiator over there. Coming to the side of the car, we see that this car is equipped with 17-inch blacked out rims, which look beautiful in combination with this bluish color. I'm going to look up the name in a bit and put it on the video so you guys know. So this is the HEV full hybrid. Nice side profile actually. Looks very different to the outgoing model, which is good to see a refreshing new design. This is the sport trim, which means that you get a carbon fiber spoiler, real carbon fiber, a carbon fiber diffuser, although the diffuser is fake, and you also have a carbon fiber lip on the front of the car. We also see a new taillight design right here. Looks very beautiful. And another thing I saw on Matt Watson's video or review on this car is that this Viper is actually very, very small. And it doesn't cover the whole rear view window. And when you're using the Viper, it's only about that part here that it cleans. So rear visibility is going to be a bit of an issue for larger people.
The boot space of the Honda Civic comes in at about 410 liters, outclassed only by the Skoda Octavia with a massive 590 liters of luggage space. Of course, you can recline the rear seats, which increases the boot space to a massive 1220 liters.
And now let's take a look at the interior of the all-new Honda Civic. Nice leather-wrapped steering wheel, feels nice and sturdy in your hands. We have some gloss black trim right here, the Honda logo, very nice, and the buttons for your various functionalities. We have these pedals on the steering wheel, which are not for changing gears, but for increasing or decreasing the intensity of the one-pedal brake system of the car to recharge the battery while braking. Behind the steering wheel, we have a half digital cluster. So the digital cluster is this half of the gauge cluster, and the other one is actually physical dials that light up when you turn on the car, which is a bit strange. This part here can be configured to your liking, so you can put anything you want on there, any type of information, your phone navigation, whatever you like. I'm actually surprised how much of a quality went into the build of this Honda Civic. This is nice soft touch material right here. Very soft, very sturdy hand grips. They don't feel flimsy at all. Nice gloss black trimming right here, piano black. And then we have some leather stitched armrest right here with all these buttons and everything feeling very sturdy, and all your various other controls right here. Moving to the infotainment system of the Honda Civic, we can see a very nice big screen, and let me test out the navigation to see how responsive it is. The buttons and everything, they were pretty responsive, but now let's see the navigation. And yeah, it's not as responsive as I've seen in some other cars, but it's pretty responsive. And this is annoying. If you put your finger here, it will put a waymark where you put your finger and then suggest to move there, and I can't find out how to get rid of this. So this is pretty annoying. I don't know if there's a trick to get this off of here, because look, if you want to move somewhere, it just puts a waymark there, and that is really annoying. If you know how to get rid of this, please let me know in the comments. Anyways, when you go to the home screen, you can see all your different functionalities of the infotainment system right here. You even have all your USB connections. I don't have anyone or anything connected to it yet. This is the power delivery of the car, so this is the battery. When you're driving, you will see it deliver power to the front wheels, as this is a front wheel drive car, and when you brake, the engine is going to give power to the battery, which you will also see. What I really like in the design of the interior is this one-piece air vent design right here, and I think Honda even pioneered this design, you know, that the air vents are in one piece, and now Audi and other brands are taking it over. But this is very beautiful, very nice, with like this kind of a honey grate kind of a design into it. You control the air vents with these levers right here. They are very well made, very sturdy, as is everything in the car. Right underneath the air vents we see the climate control system of the car. Very nice sturdy feeling buttons right here, dials, and they have a nice satisfying click to it when you turn them. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but it sounds really satisfying. Very well made, very well built, and you have this light on the back that illuminates these buttons really nicely. Very, very beautiful design elements in this all-new Honda Civic. We also have two USB ports. I don't know why they didn't put in USB-C ports, because this is a brand new car. Anyways, these are to charge your phone, and we have a 12-volt socket right here as well. Moving further down, we see a wireless charging for your phones right here. This can hold very large phones. I have a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, and it fits in here without any problem. It charges it even with the cover on. Very nice. Moving back down, we see a nice kind of a plastic trim right here with two cup holders. We have the gears right here that are buttons. I would have rather seen a gear lever, because I really don't like these buttons. And then you can choose the different sport modes or the different modes that the car will drive in through this button. The middle console is leather wrapped and stitched. When we open it up, we see a very big space right here to put all your stuff, and then you have a little tray here to put in coins or some other small upholsteries. The glove compartment can hold a decent amount of stuff. It's not that big, but it's not the smallest either. We have some smaller ones in its competitors. The door bins of the Honda Civic are decently large. You have a separate compartment for your bottle, which I love, and then a decent amount of space to put all your other stuff. So these are the standard seats that you get in the Honda Civic, which I am not disliking, because they are very comfortable and very padded as well. Look how thick they are. They don't give any lumbar support or anything, but you don't need that in a car like this. This is half leather, half cloth. The cloth keeps you in place just nice, and you have also a leather wrapped headrest right here. Space in the rear of the Honda Civic is abundant. Look at this knee room I have. This seat has been put in my driving position. I'm about 5'10", 5'11". Headspace in the new Honda Civic is okay. I'm about 5'10", 5'11", and my head is almost touching the roof. If you're 6 foot or over, you are going to struggle sitting back here, because this roof is kind of sloping a bit too much right here. So this is not a boxy car, bear that in mind. The middle seat in the Honda Civic is better than all of its competitors. You do have this lump in the middle running through the back of the car, so you have to put your feet on either side of it. You do have a nice padded seating area, and the rest for your back is also really soft. Smaller adults and kids will be just fine right here, and you have a beautiful view right over on the road and the cockpit. The middle seat folds down like this, revealing two cup holders, a smaller one and a larger one. There's no pass-through hatch here, which is kind of a shame. We have some USB sockets right here in the back as well to charge your devices. We have a storage space right here behind the passenger seat, and strangely enough, there is no storage space behind the driver's seat. I don't know why they did that. Anyways, we have a small compartment right here in the driver's or the passenger rear doors. Right here and right here, nothing too large. All right, and now let's see how the all-new Honda Civic drives and behaves on the road. Immediately when you start driving the car, immediately you feel the initial pickup, because this car has about 184 PS, and it is the electric motor that propels the car forward, so you feel all the power at once, which is a nice and a pleasant feeling, because it's very quick to start off. It's very planted on the road as well, even in this wet weather. This is a front-wheel drive car, I'm sorry, and there is no wheel spin at all. One thing I noticed is, in contrary to other hybrids and electric vehicles that I have driven, this car does not feel heavy at all. I don't know if it's due to the fact that the battery of the car is in the rear, but it feels really nice and nimble, almost sporty. So we are on a straight road now, and let me floor the throttle. Yeah, this car has nice pulling power. I think this is decent for highways as well, when you want to overtake other cars. I think even with extra passenger and some luggage in the rear trunk, you will be just fine. Taking bends, wow, the steering is kind of surprisingly direct for a car of this caliber. Look at this. What? Okay, that is pretty surprising. Okay, we got a bend coming up here. Let me try to take this in the rain. Yeah. Wow. As I said before, this car feels very planted on the road. I don't know how they did it, but they did a terrific job. Okay, so as I mentioned before, these pedals on the steering wheel, they can be used to increase or decrease the braking intensity of the one pedal drive. So let me increase the intensity. And wow, that's actually pretty strongly braking. So I wouldn't turn this on the highway or anything, because the car is just gonna slow down immediately, which is kind of dangerous for the people driving behind you. In the city, you can do the intensity all the way up, because then you need the brakes more often, and it's gonna recharge a lot more as well. I'm actually having fun driving this car because I'm on these twisty back roads. Very nimble car, I gotta say. Surprisingly, I did not expect that. All right, sound deadening is not of the highest level. I mean, it's not intrusive, but you do hear a significant amount of tire noise coming into the cabin, which you won't hear if you have the radio turned on or if you have conversations with your passengers. It's not that intrusive, but you still hear it. I just wanted to point that out. There is no wind noise coming in through these mirrors. The car feels very solid. The steering wheel sits just right in your hands. It's very solid. It's very nicely tailored towards your hands. All the buttons have a nice feeling to it. The stalks have a nice satisfying thud to it. They feel firm and strong, not flimsy. The screen, or should I say half the screen in front of you, is very clear, very crisp. You have all the information you need right in front of you. Look at this. I just took a very sharp turn and the car did it without any trouble. You have all the space you could possibly need on the driver's side. You can rest your arms on this softly padded windowsill and the other one on the middle console. Very nice, relaxing, soothing position. Your passenger will have plenty of space as well, and the people in the back, especially the two sitting on the sides, if they're not too large, they will be just fine for longer journeys. The seats are actually very, very comfortable. This does not have a thigh support, but I don't think you need it in this car because the seating area of the seat extends quite forward, so your thighs do get the amount of support they need for longer journeys. I'm driving about 110 kilometers an hour now, and the car is doing it effortlessly. Very nice. The suspension soaks up all the bumps extremely well. Okay, so let's put this car into sports mode. Oh yes, you do feel the steering wheel firming up quite a bit. Let me floor the throttle. Yeah, I mean, nothing too exciting, but still, you're gonna have a decent amount of fun in the car. Visibility in the new Honda Civic is pretty good, actually. You can see the road clearly right in front of you. You have decently large windows to your sides. The rear window is sloped a lot, so you don't see a lot while looking out of it. And one thing that annoys me as well is that the wiper on the rear window is very small, so you only see a small strip where the wiper is cleaning. It's not too intrusive for me. I'm about 5'10", 5'11", but if you are a larger person, about 6 foot or taller, you might experience some difficulties looking through the rear mirror. There is a decently large blind spot right there on the C-pillar, so be careful while parking the car.